Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to unpack this one with you today. We're looking at a phenomenal 33-year legacy and the highly anticipated return of Bollywood's ultimate anti-hero. That's right, Ballu Balram is back, and the story of how this movie is getting made is honestly almost as wild as the film itself. Now, you might be wondering why this matters right now. Well, because both Hollywood and Bollywood are completely obsessed with reviving these vintage anti-heroes, and this one might just be the most fascinating comeback of them all.
Okay, let's dive into this. Just hearing that quote gives you chills, doesn't it? Nayak nahi, kal nayakun man. I mean, this wasn't just a throwaway line from a 1993 movie. It was a total cultural reset. The massive nostalgic impact of this catchphrase instantly hooks us right back into the gritty, chaotic world of a character who completely redefined what it meant to be a bad guy on the big screen.
So, here's our roadmap for today's explainer. We'll start with that 1993 blockbuster legacy, dive into the downright bizarre idea born in a prison, see how Subhash Ghai passes the baton, look into the current hunt for a director, and finally cover what we can expect next. Let's get right to it.
Starting off with Section 1, the 1993 blockbuster legacy and the rise of the anti-hero.
Picture this. The original movie was made on what we'd consider today to be a micro-budget of just 3.75 crore rupees, but it pulled in a staggering 24.01 crore globally. It was a monumental hit. But way beyond the blockbuster box office numbers, it was a genuine cultural phenomenon. You had this powerhouse trio of Sanjay Dutt, Madhuri Dixit, and Jackie Shroff, delivering an unforgettable cat-and-mouse chase. It gave us the controversial but absolutely massive hit song, Choli Ke Piche Kya Hai? And of course, Sanjay Dutt's bold cross-dressing scene. It really proved that audiences were totally ready to cheer for a charismatic, completely unpredictable villain.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how director Subhash Ghai cast the role. He chose Sanjay Dutt specifically because of his duality. Ghai saw this unique blend of innocence, like a real childlike quality, but then violent unpredictability right there in Dutt's eyes. It's that exact combination that perfectly captured Ballu's essence, you know? It made him a complex, reactive human being, rather than just some one-dimensional cartoon bad guy.
Let's move to the timeline and see how this builds, because it's quite the ride. You've got the original release dominating all the way back in '93. Jumping to Dutt's prison term in the 90s, which is where the sequel was conceptualized, and we'll get into that in a second, all the way to the 2026 official announcement. That is a massive 33-year journey from the original debut to the breaking news we're seeing today.
Which brings us to Section 2, an idea born in prison, or what I like to call the ultimate pitch room. 4,000. Just take a second to process that number. That is the staggering amount of real prison inmates who demanded this sequel so badly, they actually submitted one-page ideas directly to Sanjay Dutt while he was incarcerated. I mean, it is literally the ultimate unfiltered focus group.
So, here is the stranger-than-fiction, step-by-step process of how this all went down. According to Dutt, he used to play music inside the prison, and his fellow inmates were just constantly demanding songs from Kal Nayak. Amazed by how much they loved the film, Dutt casually asked them, hey, who would actually watch a sequel? Well, the overwhelming response led to 4,000 inmates literally writing down one-page script pitches. Dutt spent a massive amount of time reading through all of them. He picked an idea that truly jumped out at him, and when he finally got out on parole, he called Subhash Ghai and pitched it. Sanjay Dutt essentially ran the most intense, captive writer's room in Bollywood history, and an inmate's idea became the foundational script for Kal Nayak Returns. Unbelievable, right?
Moving on to Section 3, Ghai passes the baton, a new era for Ballu. And this brilliantly illustrates the massive generational shift we are dealing with here. We're moving away from the vintage 1993 setup directed by Subhash Ghai with that iconic OG cast and handing the reins over to a brand new director and a fresh young cast. Meanwhile, narratively speaking, Ballu is returning after spending 20 fictional years behind bars. It's a completely updated direction, though. Definitely keep an eye out because the original trio is expected to make some very special cameo appearances.
Now, Subhash Ghai has been incredibly open and pragmatic about this transition. He basically noted that while the original is untouchable, he has absolutely no desire to remake his own film at 80 years old. But don't worry, he isn't just walking away. Ghai remains fiercely involved as a creative guide and mentor for the project, making sure that legacy remains completely intact. Plus, he's already confirmed he will still be making his signature on-screen cameo, which we absolutely love to see.
Next up, Section 4, the hunt for director. Who is going to wield the megaphone?
So, Sanjay Dutt's absolute top choice for the job was actually the acclaimed director Rajkumar Santoshi.
Dutt felt that Santoshi's deep understanding of commercial cinema made him absolutely perfect for the sequel. However, Santoshi actually had to politely turn it down. And it wasn't a lack of interest. He reportedly loved the new teaser and Dutt's rugged new look, but it came down to a ridiculously packed professional schedule. He's currently deep into finishing Lahore 1947 with Sunny Deol, and on top of that, he's writing new scripts to pitch to Amir Khan. So for now, the director's chair is still sitting wide open.
Finally, Section 5. What to expect next. Expanding the Khalnaik universe. So the crucial point here is we need to separate the established facts from all the internet gossip. We know for a fact the film has major backing. It's being produced by Geo Studios, Sanjay Dutt's own 3D Motion Pictures, and Aspect Entertainment. Interestingly enough, the long-term goal isn't just to make one movie. They want to build an entire cinematic universe of anti-heroes. And for those of you reading the online rumors, the gossip that Tiger Shroff has been signed, or that Tamana Bhatia is recreating Choli Ke Piche, yeah, those have been officially debunked by the makers. So scratch those off your list. Which leaves us with the ultimate question. Who will actually direct the return of Ballu Balram? Think about the pieces on the board here. We have a completed script that was quite literally born in a prison cell, a legendary actor stepping back into his most iconic role 33 years later, and the heavy-hitting backing of major studios. Now they just need the visionary to bring it all to life. Keep an eye out because whoever wields the megaphone is going to be shaping the future of Bollywood's most legendary anti-hero. Who do you think it should be? Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. I hope you found it as fascinating as I did. See you next time.